I'm going to start us off with a quick survey. By show of hands, how many of you find or have found meaning in your work? For those on Zoom, that's about 90%. How many of you have found work to be demeaning or soul-crushing at times? It's about 20%. How many of you consider yourselves artists, craftsmen, musicians, or content creators? And finally, how many of you brought your tools or instruments with you today for our Ayudha Puja blessing of the tools? That's a pretty good number. Our fourth principle affirms a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Ayudha Puja beautifully embodies this principle in several ways. Ayudha Puja moves beyond the simple act of labor and encourages reflection on the meaning and purpose behind our work. It prompts us to consider how our skills and efforts contribute to the greater good, and how our work connects us to something larger than ourselves. This aligns with the UU value of seeing deeper meaning in life. The celebration of tools and skills in Ayudha Puja acknowledges the diverse ways individuals express themselves and contribute to the world, whether through artistic expression and creation, scientific innovation, or service to others. The festival honors the unique paths people take in their search for truth and meaning. This resonates with the UU emphasis on individual freedom and responsibility. By imbuing tools with a sense of the sacred, Ayudha Puja encourages ethical considerations in how we use our skills and our knowledge. It reminds us that our work has consequences and that we are responsible for using our abilities in ways that align with our values and contribute to a just and compassionate world. This reflects the UU commitment to social justice and ethical living. The act of honoring tools on a table can also be seen as a commitment to ongoing learning and development. By recognizing the value of our skills and knowledge, we are inspired to continue honing our craft and seeking new ways to contribute our talents. This aligns with the UU value of lifelong learning and growth. In essence, the Ayudha Puja provides a framework for understanding work, not just as a means to an end, but as a vital part of our spiritual and ethical development. It encourages us to approach our work with intention, responsibility, and a commitment to using our talents for the greater good. This resonates with our UU's fourth principle, highlighting the interconnectedness between our work and our values and our search for truth and meaning. It's been another explosive year for AI. We have had billions of conversations and interactions with AI-powered technologies. I would guess most without our knowledge or understanding. While digital assistants like Google's Assistant and Apple's Siri are increasingly imbued with the powers of generative AI, we're faced with the increased risks and benefits of deeper integration with our tools. We are indeed machines of a biological sort, like all living things, says Shannon Valor. She also says, but we are among those rare machines who make ourselves. This product of this profound insight becomes central to our exploration of artificial intelligence and its potential to enhance and preserve democracy. Because most of the time we hear these days about how it is hurting our democracy through disinformation and deep fakes. In the context of Unitarian Universalist values and a conscious centering of love, we have an opportunity to shape AI technologies that embody the best aspects of human creativity and ethical growth. As we envision a future where AI is intertwined with democracy, we must ask, how do we choose to make ourselves and our societies better through this technology? How do we transform our machines, not merely to optimize, but to love? Fowler reminds us that our technologies are not opposed to our freedom. Instead, they are expressions of it. Human nature, she argues, is not at odds with artificiality. Rather, the artificial manifests our open nature and makes it concrete. From the till and the axe to the circuit and the transistor, technologies have always been engines of auto-fabrication. In the age of AI, this auto-fabrication is now at a juncture. Will it diminish or will it expand our humanity? Reverend Emeritus Marco Bellini of First UU Columbus speaks to the importance of bearing witness both to our world as it is and as love can imagine it. The act of imagination, coupled with Valor's concept of auto-fabrication, where we make ourselves, allows us to envision AI technologies as extensions of our collective intention to create a just and compassionate society. In this way, AI expands and augments our intentions to magnify empathy in our peaceful world. I know it seems rather naive in a world bent on extremism and endless wars. But aided by AI, we could imagine and embrace a future that holds love at the center. Our freedom lies in our capacity to choose the ends to which these technologies serve. Valor asserts that the true soul of technology is not efficiency, but generosity. It is the gift of a future. This aligns closely with the 9th UUA president, Reverend Susan Frederick Gray's depiction of beloved community as a society that would nurture its conditions, the quality of love and care. To achieve this, we must consistently steer AI away from merely mirrors of our dominant values or the current economic order. Instead, we must create machines as tools that expand the possibilities of love, care, and community. Connie Goodbread, serving as the director of the UUA's Hope for Us conflict engagement team, she gives us a reflection that love is not sentimental, because it is the love that holds us together, that holds us all. There needs to be space for each of us and boundaries around behaviors that are not loving. She provides our critical ethical framework for AI development. Love, when placed at the center of technology, demands both inclusivity and accountability. AI must be intentionally designed to foster relationships rooted in justice, where each voice is heard and each individual has a place. This means creating algorithms that value diversity, equity, and compassion above profit and popularity, and that actively dismantle structures of exclusion. Now you may ask, well, I don't make any AI, so who were you talking to, Ron? We're using it already. We are mirroring how AI should treat us, how AI should be used. We are teaching AI how it is to work by the way we use it and by the way we act in public and the way we mirror compassion and love and equity. When designed with Goodbreed's vision of boundaries and love, AI becomes a tool upon the covenantal values to uphold them and ensure each individual's voice contributes to the democratic process. It may sound scary to ask a machine to love for us, but that's not what we're seeking. We love or hate with whatever tools we hold in our hand. Shannon Valor writes, "We aren't tied to our seats. We can grab the wheel." She urges us to wake up from what she calls technological somnambulism. Take the word and break it down. Somna, sleep, ambulism, walking. It's the state of sleepwalking through technological change without critically engaging with its implications. I liked it. I asked it a question and it gave me an answer and it made me feel good. Love is the force that will awaken us, encouraging us to steer AI toward a future where technology serves humanity's deepest values. In this sense, Valor's argument aligns with Rebecca Ann Parker's. Rebecca Ann Parker is a co-author of the critically acclaimed Proverbs of Ashes, Violence, Redemptive Suffering, and the Search for What Saves Us, and the author of Blessing the World, What Can Save Us Now. She's an ordained United Methodist minister in a dual fellowship with the Unitarian Universalist Association. She's also a president of theology at Starr King School for the Ministry at the Graduate Theological Union. Now, she describes love as a creative activity, a combination of elements that together yields a transformation. A creative activity, a combination of elements that yields a transformation. We must embrace our role as creators, taking the wheel and guiding the course of AI development to reflect our highest ideals. Reverend Ashley Horan, appointed this year as the UUA's VP for Programs and Ministries, emphasizes that true love is not passive. It is an active, powerful force that demands we confront injustice. AI technologies, if developed with love as a guiding force, could play an essential role in exposing and dismantling systematic and systemic inequalities. For example, AI can help identify racial biases in hiring practices, create transparency in policing data, and ensure equitable access to resources. But actively resisting the tendencies of technology to reinforce existing power structures, we embody Valor's call to coordinate the operation and steering of those engines in a way that aligns with democratic and justice-centered norms. We have a role. Dan McCannon is the Ralph Waldo Emerson UUA Senior Lecturer at Harvard Divinity School. In his book, Identifying the Image of God, he reflects on the interdependence of life, noting that from the very beginning of life on Earth, organisms found creative ways to connect. In the context of AI, this interdependence can be cultivated to build stronger and more connected communities. Imagine AI systems that support community-driven initiatives, platforms that connect volunteers to causes, help match resources to those in need, and enable localized decision-making instead of global choices. Such technologies could embody Valor's concept of engines of autofabrication that enhance rather than diminish our collective freedom and flourishing. AI can also be used to encourage empathy, as described by Reverend Mary Catherine Mourn, the president of the UU Service Committee. She imagines love as a force that frees us, each and all, to the fullness of our humanity. This resonates deeply with Valor's vision of AI being received as a tool to perform services that foster compassion and nurture communities. AI could facilitate initiatives that provide emotional support to those in distress, promote restorative justice practices, and enable conflict resolution. In this sense, AI becomes a practical tool for the cultivation of what Mourn calls community care. Reverend Karen Van Fossen draws on the abolitionist roots of Unitarian Universalism, describing abolition as a practice that fosters wholeness and repair. AI has the potential to be a force for abolition, abolishing punitive systems that oppress and replacing them with restorative, compassionate approaches to justice. Imagine AI that helps allocate social services in a way that supports rather than punishes vulnerable individuals. Or AI that reduces the need for carceral systems by helping communities develop preventive, supportive networks. This aligns with Valor's notion that technologies must not be used to turn those energies against the very freedom that makes them possible. In a democratic society, AI designed for abolition is an AI that serves all people, particularly those who have been historically marginalized. It is an AI that embodies Cornel West's assertion, cited by Van Fossen, that justice is what love looks like in public. Such an AI would amplify community service and community voices, provide equitable access to opportunities, and actively dismantle the systems of oppression or disinformation that threaten democratic participation. As we contemplate the future of Unitarian Universalism, we draw parallels between our current technological moment and the spiritual practices of our ancestors. UUs for Responsible AI, who helped create this platform, are furthering the AI conversation within our faith. We are dedicated to educating UU congregations and individuals about the profound impact of artificial intelligence and neurotechnologies on society and the world. It aims to foster thoughtful dialogue rooted in UU principles of justice, equity, and compassion, while promoting the ethical and responsible development of AI. I invite you today to visit smarticus.com. You can see me afterward and engage with these visionaries that I spoke about today in discussions to create the future that reflects our shared values and covenant. The alternative is to let the technologies that run our lives continue to run our values. As Valor concludes, the true soul of technology is not efficiency, but generosity. It is the gift of a future. AI, when developed with love at the center, has the potential to be an extraordinary gift, a means to create a more just, compassionate, and democratic society. This is a future where technology serves the needs of all, protects the vulnerable, and enables communities to thrive. Love, as articulated by UU ministers, provides both the ethical compass and the visionary goal for AI development in our future. By rejecting technological somnambulism and embracing our role as creators, we can grab the wheel and ensure that AI serves as a force for good, one that embodies the values of justice, compassion, and interdependence. Our capacity to love, as Valor and other UU ministers suggest, is not an abstract ideal, but a tangible power that can and must shape the technologies we create. Through love, we transform AI from an engine of efficiency into an engine of freedom, community, and hope, a tool that helps us make ourselves and our societies into something new, something better, something that truly reflects the image of the good we aspire to bring into our world. Thank you for listening. So as we explored this morning, our tools and technologies are extensions of ourselves, shaping our work, our connections, and our search for truth and meaning. In the spirit of Ayudha Puja, we now turn our attention to a ubiquitous tool in our modern lives, the cell phone. The ushers will pass out electronics wipes down each aisle, followed by a basket to deposit the wipes. At home, you can use a paper towel or an alcoholic wipe if you have one. Well, if I start cleaning this, then it's going to get all wonky and I can't read. So I'll clean it later. Our cell phones are not merely devices. They are instruments of communication, sources of information, and platforms for creative expression. They connect us to loved ones, enable us to engage in social action, and provide access to knowledge and resources that empower us to live our values. As we cleanse these tools, let us also cleanse our intentions for their use. They connect us, and may we use them to build bridges of understanding, to amplify voices of justice, and to nurture communities of compassion. May our cell phones be instruments of love, connecting us to the good in ourselves and in the world around us. Please raise your cell phones. May these devices be tools for good in our hands. May they serve as reminders of our interconnectedness and inspire us to use our voices for justice, our creativity for healing, and our technology for the betterment of all beings. You may now lower your cell phones. May it be so. In the spirit of Ayudha Puja, we come together to honor the tools that empower us in our work and in our lives. These tools, whether simple or complex, humble or grand, are extensions of our hands, our minds, and our spirits. They enable us to create, to serve, and to express our unique gifts in the world. We invite you now to bring forward the tools you wish to honor in this sacred shared space. It might be a pen that gives voice to your thoughts, a paintbrush that captures the beauty you see, a laptop that connects you to a wider world, or an instrument that aids you in your craft, your profession, or your service to others. Please come forward now and place your tools on the table. On Zoom, you can type the name of the tool you wish to honor, and it will be read aloud during the next few minutes.
You just have to be careful because some people went across.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll have enough for both. Okay, go ahead. So we're going to read aloud some of the items that were brought forward.
I have a laptop to have a cooperative spirit.
Bill Jensen brought his cell phone.
Bet, Phillips screwdriver.
Betty Tilton wants to honor her new SUV.
Ida honors her electric toothbrush.
John Tilton wishes to honor his hammer.
Kathy Nelson, stethoscope.
Nancy Hutter, her cell phone. Patricia Rogers.
There you go. iPhone.
Cody Roth wants to honor his earbuds.
Ted says computer.
Claire Smith, her cell phone.
Mary, hand pruner.
Donna wishes all of us to honor with her coffee maker.
Jennifer wishes to honor one of my favorite tools, the stapler remover.
Rona Solomon, her iPad.
Linda Harmon, mascara.
Alexis Bravo, his mind.
And on Zoom.
Cindy, do you have any that who have shared and would like to read them on Zoom, please?
We have one from Danielle Smith, my notebooks.
Oh, I see.
And Robin has added to our list jewelry making tools.
May these tools, symbols of our dedication and skill, be blessed. May they serve as instruments of good in our hands. May they inspire us to create, to innovate, and to serve with compassion. May they remind us of the power we possess to shape our lives and the world around us. May we use these tools with wisdom, with gratitude, and with a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all life. May it be so.